Started. So our first contestant is Emily Wright. Emily's in the Department of Kinesiology and Health. Melissa Chase is her advisor. And the title of her talk is Parents, Perfectionism, Parenting Styles, and Views of Sports Specialization. Emily.
In the United States, millions of children and adolescents participate in organized sport programs every year. As researchers and practitioners continue to examine children's organized sport participation, the literature suggests more children are participating at earlier ages than ever before with sport specialization. Sport specialization has been defined as an investment in a single sport through systematic training and competition, typically including year-round involvement in that sport. With this in mind, the purpose of my study is to explore how parents' perceptions of their perfectionism levels and parenting styles relate to views of sport specialization in the youth sport context. So, for this study, we will be focusing on multidimensional perfectionism, including the individual's self-oriented, socially prescribed, and other-oriented perfectionism. In the sport domain, researchers have looked at both the maladaptive and adaptive forms of perfectionism. However, the majority of research in this area has been focused in the academic domain, particularly related to adolescents. Therefore, it is important that we study perfectionism from a parental perspective, as this may contribute to the literature regarding the parent-child relationship. Now, as for parenting styles, this study will be centered around Diana Baumrein's 3 parental prototypes, including the authoritarian, permissive, and authoritative parenting style. Again, in the sport domain, researchers have explored both the positive and negative influences of parent behavior on the child. However, we do need more research regarding parent behavior as it relates to their child's athletic experience. So taking all of this into consideration, the focus of my study will be on parents of youth sport athletes from the Midwest. These parents will have children between the ages of 6 and 12 years old participating in ice hockey, figure skating, or swimming. So these parents will participate in a one-time quantitative collection of data regarding their perceptions of sport specialization, perfectionism levels, and parenting styles through in-person questionnaires on-site at their child's athletic practice or competition. So the reason we're so interested in studying parents is because we know parenting in youth sport is important, as parents often serve as the primary sources of financial, emotional, and physical support for their child. However, we don't know how much do parents actually impact whether a child is specialized into sport. This leads us to question, do parenting styles or perfectionism levels influence parents' endorsement or lack of endorsement of sport specialization? Therefore, by identifying parenting styles and perfectionism levels, this study may give us a better understanding regarding views of sport specialization in the youth sport context. More specifically, it could help us to answer these questions, including why might this be occurring, and also how often is this occurring in the youth sport context? Thank you.